Welcome to the WEI Nesson Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon, Night 2. It's also Game 2 of the three-game series between the Yankees and the Red Sox. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, and welcome to Red Sox Baseball. Well, tonight the Red Sox send Josh Beckett to the hill. He's 11-5 coming into tonight's outing, and his numbers this year against the New York Yankees have been terrific. Beckett picked up his first win of the season against the Yankees back on April 10th. Beckett pitched 8 scoreless innings, striking out 10 that night. Beckett has not allowed more than 2 runs in any of his 4 starts against the Yankees this season, and twice has held them scoreless. His 3 wins against New York this year match a career high against them, and among pitchers with at least 10 innings pitched against New York, his 1.00 ERA is the lowest in all of baseball. We welcome in Jerry Remy, and an exciting game last night, Jerry, in Game 1, and an interesting night for Francisco Cervelli.
Well, a little dust up last night, Don. You know, Cervelli hits a home run off John Lackey in that ball game, and when he gets to home plate after hitting the home run, he has this big clap, and I think that both Saltalamacchia and Lackey didn't appreciate that very much, so the next time up, pluck. He gets it right in the back, and Cervelli didn't like that. Said a few words out to John Lackey. Both benches emptied, but no punches were thrown, obviously, in that ball game last night. But it's kind of the Yankees-Red Sox thing. But Cervelli has been always tough against the Red Sox. Look at the numbers in his 14 career games. 422, that 1 home run which came last night, 11 runs scored, and this year 7 for 13 against the Boston Red Sox with 3 RBIs. He's one of those guys that if he's on your team, you love him. If you're playing against him, you can't stand him because that's the way he plays the game. But back in the lineup again tonight as the catcher.
Well, a very special day here again from Fenway Park, Day 2 of the Jimmy Fund Telethon. And again, we hope you help us donate tonight. Our second night, another special day. We're back at Fenway Park with more after this. Series between the Yankees and the Red Sox. Welcome back inside the broadcast booth, everybody. Well, last night, the Yankees' 5 through 7 hitters were the guys that got it done for New York. You often think about their 3-4 guys, and Alex Rodriguez and Mark Teixeira. A-Rod was not in the lineup, and Teixeira did fairly well, but not as good as 5 through 7. We take a look at the 5 through 7. It is Robinson Cano, Nick Swisher, and Eric Chavez. Over his last 6 games, Cano is now hitting .391, and in his career at Fenway, he's hit .356. Swisher collected his 7th 3-hit game of the season last night, and now is hitting .393 over his last 8 games. And Chavez playing in the place of injured Alex Rodriguez at just his 2nd multi-RBI game of the season last night. He's hitting at .375 in his last 6 games. Well, last night's Game 1 was better than 4 hours. Can we expect more of the same? We'll find out with more. Here's Heidi Watney.
Well, Don, after another 4-hour game between the Yankees and Red Sox last night, the subject came up once again about how these two teams play extremely long games. In fact, Major League Baseball has stepped in the past and said something to both teams about quickening their pace. Terry Francona talked about it today.
It's two really good teams, and there's a lot at stake, and there's a lot of attention to detail. You know, every pitch seems pretty big, and every base runner seems pretty big. And then there's also that there's so many of these are nationally televised games, so that's going to slow it down too. But I think it's just the fact that they are important to both teams, and we treat it that way.
That manager interview brought to you by Bigelow Tea, Terry Francona's green tea of choice. Now, that last time Josh Beckett pitched against the Yankees at Fenway Park was the beginning of August. That ended up being a 4-hour and 15-minute game. And Joe Torre, who serves as the executive vice president of baseball operations for Major League Baseball, he called Francona to talk about Beckett not pitching fast enough. Francona told him he would talk to Beckett, and at the time he said he would give him a kick in the pants. Even the Sox manager admitted he thought Beckett was pitching too slow in that game, and Francona said today they like their pitchers to work quickly. Don?
Game one had a little bit of everything. What will happen in game two as the Red Sox try to bounce back? Red Sox and Yankees coming your way next. Grey Goose, AT&T, New England Subaru dealers, Dunkin' Donuts, Toyota's official website for deals via Toyota.com, and by Southwest Airlines. Welcome back to Fenway Park. Another beautiful night here at Fenway. The lights are on as the Red Sox have taken the field. Let's check out the visiting New York Yankees starting nine, and Jimmy Fun Patient helps us out.
Thanks, Don. Hi, I'm Sarah Mendemas. Leading off for the Yankees, left fielder Mr. Brett Gardner. At shortstop, Mr. Derek Jeter. In center field, Mr. Curtis Granderson. At first base, Mr. Mark Teixeira. The second baseman, Mr. Robinson Cano. In right field, Mr. Nick Swisher. The DH, Mr. Eric Chavez. At third base, Mr. Eduardo Nunez. In batting ninth, the catcher, Mr. Francisco Cervelli.
Great job, Sarah. As on the mound tonight for the Boston Red Sox, Josh Beckett. Starting pitcher brought to you by McDonald's. His 26th start of the year. He's 11-5 with a 2.43 earned run average. 141 strikeouts in 163 innings, and opponents hitting at 201 against Beckett. Last time out, a win in his home state of Texas, as he went 6 innings, giving up 4 hits and a run. He walked 2 and struck out 4. Picked up his 11th win of the year as he comes in at 11-5.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Jordan's Furniture. They are 3rd in the American League. Tonight it's Jed Lowry at 3rd base, Marco Scudero the shortstop, Dustin Pedroia at 2nd, and Adrian Gonzalez the first baseman. Left to right, Kyle Crawford, Jacoby Ellsbury, and Josh Reddick, and Jason Veritek doing the catching for Josh Beckett.
Umpire crew tonight, Brian O'Nora has the play, calling the balls and strikes. Alfonso Marquez at first base, Mark Wegner at second base, and the crew chief, Ed Rapuano, is at third base. As I mentioned, very comfortable conditions here tonight. And it is 70 degrees, with the humidity at 67%, the wind in from right. It is partly cloudy tonight at Fenway Park, and Jerry, I don't want to jip you, so remember, we're available. This telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. Do enjoy the game.
Buenas noches, amigo.
All right. We could not start without that. Yes, here we go. Brett Gardner stands in on the left side. Gardner, who led off last night's game, leading off again tonight. 266 hitter with 5 home runs, 32 runs batted in, and plenty of speed, as we saw on display last night, both on the base paths and in the outfield as well. First pitch from Beckett is swung on and popped up. Foul ground that will reach the seats. Veritek giving chase, but back into the seats. Joe Girardi's Yankees last night with the victory, inching a little closer to the Red Sox now, half game back. Thanks to the victory here last night for CC Sabathia. It's gotten a little tighter in the American League East. Curveball in there for strike 2, and it's 0-2.
Fastball followed by curveball. First 2 pitches of the ball game for Josh Beckett, and a good snapping breaking ball that time from Beckett.
Good sign that he's got a good feel for it early in this game. In the dirt this time, and it's 1-2.
Gardner won for his last 15, a 206 hitter against Josh Beckett in his career.
And Brett Gardner, if he does get on, always a threat, as 38 stolen bases. Leads the American League, ranked 2nd in the majors with the 38 thefts this year. The ratio has been pretty good over the years, 124 out of 150. As he takes a pitch down low, 2-2. Get the feeling Gardner is getting better in his career every year, and a guy that is really a very good player.
He really has exceeded on what I thought he was going to be. When I first saw him with the Yankees, looked like just a little slap hit to left field, but he's improved his game tremendously, and now a very, very good player for the New York Yankees.
As we saw last night, he can certainly go get it defensively in the outfield as he fouls this off to the left. The catch in left center late in last night's ball game, as good as you'll see from a distance standpoint, from where he started to where he went and got it back in the track area. There's a 2-2. This is line to right and a base hit for Gardner. Pretty good at bat here in the first inning. Base hit to right field to get it started for New York.
Now Beckett gets a fastball down and inside part of the plate, and it's cleaned out right there by Brett Gardner. Talked about early in his career, that's a pitch that maybe he couldn't handle, but now he does, and he's able to pull the ball for a base hit.
We talked about his base stealing threat, and always is. 38 on the season as he's aboard at first year, nobody out.
38 steals, leads the American League, 1 ahead of Coco Crisp, 2 ahead of Jacoby Ellsbury.
Yankees captain Derek Jeter. Jeter gets the bunt down. Beckett fields and throws a soft toss. Gonzalez had to step into foul ground to retrieve it. As Gardner takes second base on a sacrifice here in the first inning. How about that?
Yeah, the Red Sox, and the Yankees are expecting a tight ball game, I guess, tonight, because the Yankees sacrificing right out of the chute. Remember, this is a team that leads the American League in runs, and they are going for one run early in the ball game to try to get the lead. That's a pretty good bunt by Derek Jeter, considering he had to jump out of the way of the pitch.
One out, runner at second for Curtis Granderson. 274, 38 homers, 107 runs batted in. It's been a career year for Granderson. It's hit hard but foul.
Well, the Yankees have not been able to do much all season long with Josh Beckett, so there's another good example why maybe they're bunting right here in the first inning just to try to get a lead.
4 starts against New York, 3-0 with a 1.00 earned run average. He's given up just 3 earned runs in 27 innings against the Yankees in the 4 starts against New York this season. And 2 of those are scoreless starts. This is a liner foul again. Anderson leading the majors in runs scored, 123. Career high 107 RBIs, tops in the majors. And tied for first in home runs with 38 home runs on the year. He does a little bit of everything. Breaking ball fouled off, and it hangs at 0-2.
Granderson just getting a piece of the breaking ball that time from Josh Beckett. Another curveball from Beckett here in the first inning. Another good curveball from Beckett.
Mentioned Beckett has given up 3 runs against New York this season in the season series. 2 came on a 2-run home run by Curtis Granderson back on June 9th earlier this season. Beckett taking too much time, has looked at the runner a couple of different times, and Anderson getting the timeout call from Brian O'Nora.
Yeah, Marco Scudero at shortstop, playing almost directly behind Brett Gardner at second base, trying to keep him close as possible.
Breaking ball and a swing and a miss. Struck out Granderson. First strikeout of the night for Beckett. 2 down.
Right back to that curveball from Beckett, feeling it here pretty good in the first inning. Keeps it down out of the strike zone, and Granderson chases it. Granderson has now struck out 143 times this season.
Two down in the first, and Mark Teixeira the batter. 249, 35 home runs, 100 runs batted in. Breaking ball again in there for strike 1. A good feel for it tonight, throwing it often here in this first inning.
Yeah, we don't usually see Beckett throw this many curveballs right out of the chute.
It's outside on the fastball, 1-1. Another 30-plus home run season for Mark Teixeira. Only major leaguer to reach 30 home runs, 100 RBIs in each of his last 8 seasons since 2004. Alex Rodriguez and Albert Pujols can join him this year. A little bit of more work to get to the numbers that he has got to already this season. The average is at 249 for Teixeira, but the power numbers have been incredible. Gets jammed and fouls it off, 1-2.
First cut fastball of the night from Beckett. So we've seen the fastball, the curveball, and now the cutter. The only pitch we have not seen yet is the changeup. There's the cut fastball getting inside on Teixeira as he fouls it off.
in the dirt, and Varitek able to block it. No advance for Gardner at second base.
Once again, Beckett going to the curveball, wanted to go down and in against Teixeira, bounces it, and Teixeira's not biting.
Well, Teixeira last night 0 for 4 in the game against the Red Sox. His 7 hits, his last 33 at bats. Up and away on the fastball, full count. Beckett giving up a leadoff single to Gardner, a sacrifice bunt for Jeter. Strikes out Granderson. Gardner at second base with 2 down here in the first inning. Some tough numbers for Teixeira against Beckett over the course of his career. 8 for 44, just 182 against Josh Beckett. Teixeira strikes out. Beckett gets his second K as looks out at Gardner after that. Red Sox are coming up from Fenway. So coming up, starting lineup brought to you by New England Chevy dealers, and helping us out, some Jimmy Fund patients.
Thanks, Don. Hi, I'm Jose of Brookline, leading off for the Red Sox. The center fielder, Mr. Jacoby Ellsbury. At second base, Mr. Dustin Pedroia. The first baseman, Mr. Adrian Gonzalez. The DH, Mr. David Ortiz. At third base, Mr. Jet Lowry. In left field, Mr. Carl Crawford. The right fielder, Mr. Josh Reddick. The catcher, Mr. Jason Varitek. And batting the shortstop, Mr. Marco Scudero.
Thanks for helping us out, Jose. As we head to the bottom of the first inning, Jacoby Ellsbury takes strike one. On the mound tonight is Phil Hughes. His overall 13th appearance, 12th start, 4-4 with a 6.46 earned run average. Well, it's hitting at 300 against Hughes. Really been very inconsistent this season, up and down. good than bad, and last time out for him was on the bad side. 2 2/3, giving up 6 runs and walking, but he struck out 5 against the Oakland A's. The Yankees came back, helped out with a lot of run support, scoring 22 runs. That's a game that they came from a 7-1 deficit to win. And of course, the Major League record 3 grand slams. Phil Hughes roughed up earlier this season by the Red Sox here at Fenway Park in a 2-inning effort. Red Sox home opener. He went 2 innings, giving up 7 hits and 6 runs. Chase from that game. Then Bartolo Colon, who started the year in the pen, came in and pitched very well. A swing and a miss, and a good start for Hughes. He strikes out Ellsbury.
All fastballs from Hughes, and picks up the strikeout against Jacoby Ellsbury. As you mentioned, Don, got roughed up here earlier this season. In his career, he is 2-4 in 7 starts against the Red Sox.
With a 6.25 earned run average. He's given up a total of 28 earned runs in 40 1/3 innings in 15 career games against Boston. There is Dustin Pedroia with 1 out. Flared foul off to the right. Breaking ball missing away. Pedroia comes in with a 4-game hitting streak into tonight's action. Was 1 for 5 in the ball game last night. On the ground into center field, a base hit. Dustin Pedroia with a single with 1 down.
At the end of last inning, when Josh Beckett got the final out, he takes a peek back at Gardner at second base and kind of swishes him away. And a little smile back from Brett Gardner. So Beckett had enough, I guess, of Gardner being at second base. And possibly thinking maybe he was stealing signs and giving away location. Who knows?
Things are starting to heat up.
Yeah, that's good. Good stuff.
A couple of years there where not a lot happened in this rivalry, but things are starting to get a little bit itchy again. 1 out, 1 on. Pitch in there for a strike to Adrian Gonzalez. Adrian at .342, 23 home runs, 103 runs batted in. Toss to first, and back to the bag is Pedroia.
Pedroia with 24 steals on the season, caught 6 times.
High throw, and it pulls Teixeira off the bag.
Now Pedroia almost got a free ride to second base on that pickoff attempt from Hughes. It's going to be high. Teixeira has to jump, but he does make the catch on it and keeps Pedroia at first base.
Adrian starts tonight leading the majors in average at .342 and hits with 184 and 298 total bases to lead the majors. He was 0 for 5 in last night's game against New York.
Had a very difficult time against CC Sabathia.
In particular, the slider all night. 1-1, and that's a fastball up and away that he chases. 1-2.
Right now, pretty good velocity from Hughes at 94 miles an hour. This one appears to be up and out of the strike zone, and it is.
Try to go up top again. 2-2. David Ortiz waits on deck, 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. Outside, ball 3, full count. Phil Hughes, a Yankees first-round draft choice back in 2004. And an 18-game winner a year ago, 18-8 with a 4.19 earned run average. Pedroia diving back to the bag. Last year, really the first full season for Hughes as a starter, in and out of the bullpen prior to that in 09 and in 2008. Runner goes. Gonzalez hits a fly ball to left. Gardner is there, and he makes the catch shy of the track for the second out of the first inning.
Let's take a look at the Yankee defense. They are 6th in the American League. Eduardo Nunez at third base. Derek Jeter, the shortstop. Robinson Cano at second base, and Mark Teixeira, the first baseman. Left to right, Brett Gardner, Curtis Granderson, and Nick Swisher, and Francisco Cervelli doing the catching for Phil Hughes.
2 down here in the bottom of the first inning. Dustin Pedroia at first base, and here comes David Ortiz. Part of our key matchup brought to you by your New England Honda dealers. David at .467 in his career against Hughes. 7 for 15, includes 3 doubles and a home run. Starts him with a curveball. It's in there for strike 1.
The Red Sox will see the fastball, the cut fastball, curveball, and changeup from Hughes.
Swing and a miss. Blew that one by him at 94. 0-2. Check out David Ortiz's temperature gauge. It's up to 103 right now.
Last 13 games, 26 for 50 with 6 home runs and those 14 RBI. So that's warmer than Dallas weather.
Hitter starts the year at 72 degrees. Every time he reaches base, it goes up, increasing incrementally with a double, triple, or home run. This is sent foul off to the left. 50% of the temperature is calculated using the hitter's last 3 to 4 games. 25% is the previous 3 or 4 games. And 25% dates back to the beginning of the season. And we have heard from Bill James a lot about this and have been using it on a regular basis. And interesting to see who's hot and who's not. And certainly the temperature gauge for Big Papi is pretty good right now. 0-2 is down low, and it's a ball and 2 strikes.
As I mentioned last night, you get points for base hits, more points for doubles, more points for triples, and more points for home runs. Deductions when you strike out, make an out, or hit into a double play is worse than a routine out.
Up and away, 2-2. And David, 2 hits here last night. 2 for 4 with a double and a walk. Strike 3 call over the outside corner. Second strikeout for Hughes. Through 1, no score from Fenway. with a special matching program for their independent agents who donate. Arbella, here for the Jimmy Fund, here for good. Well, look at the tote board, the Jimmy Fund Telethon right now at $2.2 million, $466, and we hope that number will go up throughout the night. And a couple guys who have been such a big part of the Jimmy Fund and the Red Sox so many years, John Valentin, Mo Vaughn, need no introductions here. How you guys doing?
Good, good.
Very good, thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Very special day here today. I know the Jimmy Fund means a lot to both of you guys, but it's got to be good to be back.
Well, it's great to be back here. Obviously, seeing friends and being able to come see old friends at the Jimmy Fund, and obviously, it's great.
Definitely, it's good. You know, Red Sox are doing well. Parker's great. It's always good come back for a great cause. And definitely, the Jimmy Fund's been going strong since we've been here, and it's still going strong now. So it's definitely good to be back.
Now, these guys are a little bit modest, but when they were players, they did an awful lot for the Jimmy Fund, a lot that a lot of people didn't know about.
We saw a great many pictures of you guys with a great many of those kids, and it's amazing now. Some of those kids didn't make it, but it seems like more kids are making it now because of the donations that fans are making.
Well, definitely, let's hope so. You know, when we our friends, you know, passed along, and we learned a tremendous amount for them. Like I always say, Jason Leader probably taught me, you know, more about myself than I gave to him. So it's a tremendous thing. But definitely, the more the better, and it seems like it's doing well.
Yeah, we definitely have to get these, you know, get the fans and everybody more involved, and you know, get the word out that, you know, the Jimmy Fund is doing well, but they still need a lot of support, and it's very important to get as much support as possible.
You guys spend a lot of time over there at the Jimmy Fund Clinic. I mean, you see what the doctors and the patients, working with the patients, do there. It's amazing at how good they are at that. I mean, I think the kids find it to be a pretty fun place. As hard as it is for them having the chemo, they make it a fun place. The doctors do.
Definitely, you know, it's a service in people skills. You know, you're dealing with different families. You're dealing with kids who are in dire conditions. You know, their efforts are greatly appreciated.
You really can't imagine. You really can't imagine that they're ill and they really don't act like it. You know,
right.
So
exactly.
that's the spirit that they bring out, and you know, it really puts everything in perspective.
Sure does.
A little strikeout here of Robinson Cano for the first out of the inning. Oh, how you doing? We saw you at the Hall of Fame a couple years ago when you got inducted to the Red Sox Hall of Fame. How you doing these days?
I'm doing good. You know, I started an affordable housing firm in 2003 out of Manhattan. It's doing well. I got some properties up here in Boston also I come see. So I've been you know, pushing it, you know, for, you know, since then. Hopefully I'll get some downtime and really get up here, you know, to see everybody. But I've been very fortunate. I tell people, you know, to be able to have a solid professional career and then go on to a new level and still be doing well. I'm fortunate.
Val, we see you from time to time here at Fenway Park when you can get back.
Well, you know, obviously, you know, when I retired, I did a little bit of TV, and I felt like, you know, I needed a little bit more, so I went back on the field. And now I'm working with the Los Angeles Dodgers, and I'm in Albuquerque, New Mexico with the AAA affiliate, just teaching hitting. And, you know, someday I'll be at the big league level, teaching big leaguers how to stay on track and have good seasons.
Hey, we had you guys on first pitch, and it was pretty good. Not bad. Mo, you were pretty good. John, your throw was a little bit up the first baseline. You needed Vaughn over there to grab it for you.
You know what's so funny is that I've made many a throw up the line.
And I've yelled at him every time.
Yeah. And it looked like one of those throws that he had to tag the runner. So it was just, I'm glad he was able to catch it.
Are you guys past the point where you miss it, where you miss playing? You past that point yet?
I am. I actually, the first 3 to 5 years was tough. You know, you just, you know, there's such a routine in playing baseball. You get prepared to come out and perform on a 162 game schedule, and when it's gone, you know, you're looking, that void is never really filled. You know, so that's probably why I'm back on the field trying to teach, and that solves my problem.
I'm past it. You know, when I got out, you know, physically not able to play the way you want to play. I think the toughest thing in life is knowing when to get out, but I knew it was my time. And like I said, I've been very fortunate to get into, you know, another business that takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of time. You got to work, you got to get up. It's a 9 to 5. You got to do things. Will anything ever replace, you know, this atmosphere for me? Probably not. Nothing like bottom of the ninth going over the Green Monster.
But as us athletes have to get on to the next pace, and I've been lucky to do that.
Looks like he's doing all right, John.
Yeah, it sure does. Can I borrow that?
Well, Mo, I was going to ask you that. I mean, you went on to play for the Angels and the Mets. Looking back in your career now, it had to be very special to be part of Red Sox Nation.
You know, we don't really remember those Angels and Mets days, but I think I had my best times here. I really enjoyed hitting here. I always will think it's an art. I always think that as a left-handed hitter, you need to capitalize, that green monster, and there's a way to do it. And I think, I was lucky enough to get taught by Mike Eastler, and I really enjoyed it.
Well, this is a special place. You don't really realize it when you're here. I'm sure, Jerry, when you played here.
This is driven pretty well towards the triangle, but Ellsbury's back there. John Valentin as well as Mo Vaughn. Thanks so much for all you guys do now and before. Thanks again.
Thanks very much
for having us.
All right.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Jerry. Thanks.
In our newest competitive series, AT&T Schooled, Nesson's College Face-Off. Watch the ultimate battle of brain power and wits unfold beginning on Tuesday following Red Sox coverage. And we head to the bottom of the second inning back at Fenway Park. Jed Lowry, Carl Crawford, and Josh Reddick to bat in the second inning. Lowry at 270, 4 home runs, 28 runs batted in. Great to see John Valentin and Mo Vaughn. And Jerry, you look back over the years as far as charitable work goes in the city of Boston, and it's hard to beat those two guys.
Yeah, players throughout the years have gotten better and better and better and better in off-field stuff, raising money, being part of charitable events.
And Teixeira will flip to Hughes, and there's one away.
It just becomes part of their life as baseball players, and I really admire them. The guys that are playing now, and they do so much more than we did when I was a player back then. They're so active in the community now. It's a great thing for baseball. It's a great thing for our region, really.
You go over to the Jimmy Fund Clinic and you spend any time there at all, there's so many pictures throughout the years of Mo Vaughn and John Valentin visiting, which they did often without a lot of fanfare.
They were regulars. There's no question about that. Among many others,
And Mo continues to be well after his playing career. Think about how big Mo Vaughn was during his time here with Boston.
Exactly.
He was Big Poppy for a long time. 1-0 is in the air to deep left center field. Struck pretty well at the wall. It is off the top of the wall for Carl Crawford. He will stop rounding second, and right now swinging a pretty good bat is Carl Crawford.
Crawford going the other way on a fastball that's down. Now, he'd been getting beat on fastballs for a long time, but now he's starting to catch up to him. 3/4 up the way that left field wall, and standing at second base with one out is Crawford in scoring position.
Safe at second, safe and secure, New York life. 7th season of 20 or more doubles for Carl Crawford, who's at second with one down here in the second inning. Now Josh Reddick back in the lineup tonight, right-hander on the mound. As Reddick takes ball one.
Crawford came into the game with a temperature reading of 75. That'll go up after that double.
To center, Granderson backpedaling, makes the catch, and staying at second base will be Crawford. 2 down in the inning. Red Sox baseball in Nesson is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox television network. Commitment, compassion, and love of the game. Find out what we're made of at easternbank.com. 2 down in the second inning. Jason Varitek coming up. Varitek did not play in last night's game. He hits a .234, 9 homers, 29 runs batted in. Comes in with a 5-game hitting streak. 6 for 18 last 5 games as he takes strike one. They elevate. Varitek chases on the fastball, 0-2. Look at the numbers for him in the 5-gamer, and of course he has been catching Josh Beckett all season. And he strikes out. Fastball up again. 3rd strikeout for Hughes. Red Sox leave Crawford at second base, scoreless at the end of 2. chance to drive away in a brand new 2011 Chevy Silverado, courtesy of your New England Chevy dealers. Cast your vote for the 10th Player Award by September 15th at NESN.com/10th Player. A well-pitched game so far tonight, and a Somerset neighbor.
Wow, how about that? Hot and Cold Lane. I grew up on Glendale Street. Hot and Cold Lane was right at the next street over, and that's where the ballpark was, the basketball courts, the baseball fields.
So you spent a good amount of time at Hot and Cold Lane, I'm guessing.
All the time. All the time.
Eduardo Nunez leads it off here in the third inning. Nunez at third base in the absence of Alex Rodriguez, who may miss the entire series with a thumb problem. He's out of the lineup last night and not in there again tonight. Nunez at 268, 4 homers, 27 runs batted in. To third and a foul ball. The indication by Brian O'Nora. It's his call until it passes third. The home plate umpire making the call. Ace Ticket announces their no special. The Red Sox pitcher throws a no-hitter at Fenway. You purchase that game's ticket from Ace Ticket, you'll go for free. Visit aceticket.com for more details. Six in a row retired by Beckett. He gave up a leadoff single to Brett Gardner in the first inning, but he's retired 6 since then, 3 by way of the K. Outside, ball 3. Nunez played a lot in the absence of Derek Jeter earlier this season when he went on the DL with the calf injury. And now filling in for A-Rod at third base. Pinch hit in last night's game for Eric Chavez. And 0 for 1 as lines this into left center field for a base hit. Gets down and quickly skims back to the track. Crawford gets it back in quickly. Nunez will be safe at second. Head first slide.
And just barely safe at second base. That was a heck of a throw by Kyle Crawford in the second. Hard line drive hit by Nunez in that gap. Crawford tracks it down, makes a good throw on one bounce to Pedroia. The tag just a little bit late as the hand gets in there before the tag. Head first slide, plays in front of him. He knows what side of the base to dive to.
It's amazing how quickly you could become a villain. A pretty good booing session going on right there as Francisco Cervelli was introduced.
And let's see if he goes into the bunt here early in the ball game like Jeter did.
Yeah, sacrifice bunt in the first inning for Jeter. Curveball and in there for a strike as Cervelli's ducking for cover.
Yeah, curveball buckles him right at the knees as he goes into the bunt.
In there for strike 2. Cervelli ducking out of the way, and it's in there. 0-2. Well, last night, the home run for Francisco Cervelli, second of the year, third of his career. And he gives a little celebration there at the end at the plate in front of Saltalamacchia and Lackey, and then next time up takes it in the back. Took exception to it, of course, and the bench is empty. No punches thrown. The pens emptied here last night. Now an 0-2 taken off for third is Nunez. It is sharply hit to Gonzalez, but it goes to Pedroia, who flips to Gonzalez for the out. So an off the glove of Gonzalez, but right to Pedroia. Nunez was trying to steal third. He gets there with one down.
You see that ball slicing off the bat of Cervelli, bounces off Adrian Gonzalez. The underhand flip to first base. Either way, they get the job done. They had the runner off at second base, but by moving the ball to the right side, it's guaranteed that the runner's going to get to third base.
So one out, Nunez 90 feet away, and Brett Gardner, the batter, he singled to right field in the first inning. One of two hits in the game for the Yankees. His single, Eduardo Nunez's double in this inning, and that's been it off Josh Beckett. There's strike one over the outside corner.
Change up that time from Beckett. I believe that's the first one we've seen in the game tonight. Change up at 88 miles an hour, tailing away from Brett Gardner.
This one fouled back is who sent it down to Heidi.
Beckett hosted his annual bowling event on Monday. We're going to give you a glimpse into the star-studded event and who it benefits in just a bit.
Well, one out, Nunez at third base. And Brett Gardner with a count of 0-2. Another long look in for Josh Beckett, and stepping out is Gardner.
Well, he shook off the fastball in, the fastball away, and the cut fastball in. He wants the curveball.
Swing and a miss. Gardner down on strikes. Veritek held onto it. And it's the fourth strikeout for Beckett. 2 down.
So Beckett makes the call on that pitch. He wanted to throw the curveball. He did. And he gets Gardner to chase it out of the strike zone. So far, Josh has got a very good curveball in this ball game tonight.
Two down, Nunez at third base. And here's Derek Jeter. And a sacrifice bunt in the first inning. Doing some dancing down the third base line is Nunez. As Jeter flips it out to center, in comes Ellsbury. Can't make the catch, and a run scores. Went into the slide, and I think it hit his glove, but he can't come up with it. And Nunez scores, and the Yankees strike first on top 1-0.
Now Jeter really kind of got jammed on this ball, and Ellsbury a lot of times will make that catch, but right there you can see it goes off the fingers of the glove as he goes into the slide. Looks like he had everything timed perfectly, but the ball went off the fingers of the glove.
So 2 down. Jeter now at first base. Just bloops it into center and has got an RBI single. Now Granderson on a check swing takes ball 1. Granderson struck out swinging in the first inning. There goes Jeter. The 1-0 is low and inside, no throw. And a head-first slide for Jeter into second base.
Now Jeter with an excellent jump at first base picks up his 14th steal of the season. Veritek never came out of his crouch. As I mentioned last night, the Yankees tied with Kansas City for the most steals in the American League. So power and speed.
Inside 3-0. That's the thing, Jerry. You look at this lineup beginning of the year. We talked about it when we were at George Steinbrenner Field in New York, and you think the pitching was going to be the problem, but there was no doubt about this Yankees lineup coming into the season.
But you know, early in the season, they really relied on the home run ball a lot for their offense. They've added since then. They've added speed to their game, so they've got a well-rounded offense now.
And they've not missed a beat in the absence of Alex Rodriguez for long periods of the season. But this guy has been above and beyond, I think, anything that anybody expected coming in. Home runs, RBIs, always had so many triples when he was a member of the Detroit Tigers, and still leads the league in triples this year, but he's added home runs 38 and 107 runs batted in. Turns on this and sends it foul. Started in center field, batted leadoff for the American League in the All-Star game this year. 0 for 2 in that game. The NL, of course, winning 5-1 of the All-Star game this year. So National League has home field advantage for the World Series in 2011. Anderson fouls it off. Well, Red Sox fans, it's time to showcase your passion at Fenway Park this Sunday, September the 4th. Create a sign-in homer at the ballpark to put on display during the Red Sox-Rangers game. You can win an incredible prize package. It includes tickets to a game, meeting a Red Sox player in person, and more. Go to NESN.com. Signs for details.
Michael, if you see this, go to bed. School night.
The inside, ball 4. Granderson down to first base. First walk allowed by Josh Beckett. When the Sox win, you win. Buy any lobster sandwich at D'Angelo the day after a Sox win. Get a free small sandwich on your rewards card. See participating stores or D'Angelos.com for details. 2 down, first and second, and a chance here for Mark Teixeira. He struck out swinging in the first inning, and that was 0 for 6 in the series. There's a strike over the outside corner. Mark Teixeira with 310 career home runs, most ever by a switch hitter through his first 9 major league seasons. Mickey Mantle is second with 280 in the same time period. Teixeira reaching the 300 home run plateau in his 1,296th career game. Hits this a ton, but foul. Teixeira's been very good defensively as well, ranked second among active first basemen in career fielding percentage at first base, and received his 4th career Gold Glove award last year. First Yankee to repeat at first base since Don Mattingly won 4 straight awards from 1991 through 1994. As Beckett and Veritek go back and forth here. Jeter at second, Granderson at first, 2 down. Breaking ball hit on the ground to Pedroia at second base. Throws out Teixeira and ends the inning, but the Yankees get a run after 2.5. New York on top 1-0. Commemorative brick. Your unique message will be engraved onto a brick, be placed inside the ballpark concourses at Gate B or Gate C. You'll also receive a free replica of the brick with a custom case proudly displayed in your home or office. Visit redsox.com/bricks to get your brick today. Well, the Yankees get the game's first run in the top half of the third inning. They lead 1-0 as Marco Scutaro leads it off here in the bottom of the third. And take strike one.
We met a very nice lady down in Texas when we were there who made a nice donation to the Jimmy Fund just to meet us. And she bought herself a brick that she's going to have for her house and here at Fenway Park.
Line to left for Scutaro. Over is Gardner. Marco aboard to begin things here in the bottom of the third inning.
Now Scutaro only a 190 average against Hughes coming in, but gets a fastball middle in and takes that line shot down the left field line. Brown covered very quickly by Gardner out there, holding Scutaro to a single.
Red Sox have had a hit in every inning so far tonight. Scutaro at first base and Jacoby Ellsbury the batter. Struck out swinging in the first inning. One of 3 Ks tonight for Phil Hughes. To left again. This will get in. A fair ball rattling around in the corner. Scutaro to third base on the double for Jacoby Ellsbury. Red Sox coming out aggressively against Hughes here in the third inning.
Hughes has been throwing a lot of fastballs. Red Sox recognize that on the first pitch and jumping on the first pitch. First pitch fastball slapped the other way just in fair territory. Rattles around a little bit, gets by Gardner. So a second and third with nobody out.
A good start to the bottom of the third inning. And here is Justin Pedroia. He's singled in the first inning. Take strike one from Hughes. Mixes it up a little bit with the curveball on the first pitch.
The only way that Scutaro may not be able to score on a ground ball to the infield be back to the pitcher or maybe to share at first base. He's about even with the bag. Everybody else is back.
Outside 1-1. Center fielder Curtis Granderson over towards right center for Pedroia to go the other way. Try to hold up, but he goes around 1-2.
Change up that time to the outside part of the plate to Pedroia.
A chance here for Pedroia to do some damage, and he's been good at this since May the 30th. I think at 418. Scutaro at third base. Ellsbury at second base. Nobody out. Third inning has been a problem for Hughes over the course of this season as Pedroia fouls it off. Hughes with a 9.31 earned run average in this inning. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Boston Red Sox. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Boston Red Sox. Second and third, nobody out. 2-2.
Cervelli sliding to his right to make the block with the man at third base on the breaking ball. Softens it up very nicely. Keeps Scutaro at third base.
On the ground left side, Nunez looks the runner back, throws to first. Pedroia is out, but it's a tie game. In from third base is Scudero, and we're all tied at 1.
Well, we mentioned the infield back with the exception of Teixeira, so once Nunez had to go to his left, no problem at all for Marco Scudero to score. The Red Sox tie it up at 1 with still a man in scoring position and 1 out.
So Ellsbury still at second base, 1 out, and here is Adrian Gonzalez. Adrian 0 for 5 last night, 0 for 1 tonight. Flied out to left field in the first inning. Now sends one out to left center. Granderson moves over and makes the catch for out number 2 of the inning. Ellsbury back to the bag, 2 down. For every Red Sox game that goes into extra innings or the Red Sox get a save, CVS Pharmacy will donate $500 to Children's Hospital Boston. CVS Pharmacy is the official pharmacy of the Boston Red Sox.
Looks like they're going to put on David Ortiz with first base open and take their chances with Jed Lowry.
Hughes was able to strike out David Ortiz in the first inning.
But Ortiz does have a tremendous track record against Phil Hughes.
This will be the 8th time David Ortiz has been intentionally walked this season. And David coming in 7 for 15 with a home run against Hughes in the past. .467 his batting average against Phil Hughes. Down to first base he goes with 2 outs in the inning. Two on, 2 down, and Jed Lowry coming up. Lowry grounded out to first base in the second inning, 0 for 1. Lowry's hit safely in 9 of his last 10 games and good numbers against New York in the season series. Lined, a fair ball down the right field line. From second base, Jacoby Ellsbury will score and put the Red Sox on top 2-1.
Bad changeup right there from Hughes. It stayed up in the zone, and Lowry jumps all over it, about belt high. And the line shot up over the head of Teixeira in fair territory, bounces off the wall. The Red Sox pick up the go-ahead run.
Well, that ups Jed's number to 385 this season against New York. First and third, 2 down. Carl Crawford has already doubled high off the wall in left field first time up. Take strike 1.
Well, the third inning problems continue for Phil Hughes.
He's given up 7 runs in the third inning his last 2 starts. .12 overall in the season in the third inning as the pitch misses. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball up. And it's 1-2. 2 runs in. Runners at first and third, 2 down. In the dirt, Cervelli able to gather it. 2-2. And the numbers for Hughes against the Red Sox in his career. He's 2-4 with a 6.25 earned run average. 15 career games, 7 starts against Boston. But he is pitched into the 7th inning or later only once against the Red Sox. About to throw his 50th pitch tonight here in the 3rd inning. And it's fouled off. And last time against the Red Sox only made it 2 innings in his outing, giving up 6 runs on 7 hits. Swing and a miss. Strikes out Crawford, though, as he battles back. Red Sox get 2 runs, take a 2-1 lead at the end of 3. Callahan. It all begins weekday mornings at 6 across the WEEI Sports Radio Network and right here on NESN. Of course, night 2 of the Jimmy Fund Telethon from Fenway Park. Wilmington, North Carolina. Red Sox Nation supporting the Jimmy Fund. And we hope you have as well. These fans have already $2.2 million. It's been raised here in a day and a half. And, of course, beyond the air tonight through midnight from Fenway Park. Still time to make your donation.
It's one of the great things that donations come in from all over the country.
Every state represented over the course of the last couple of years here as part of the Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon from Fenway, and we hope you have chipped in already, and if you have, we thank you so much. As this pitch is in there for a strike over the inside corner to Robinson Cano. It's Cano, Swisher, and Chavez here in the 4th inning. The Yankees now trail 2-1. Coming into the game tonight for Robinson Cano at 95 in his temperature gauge.
The highest Yankee on the temperature gauge is Nick Swisher at 96.
Oh, 2 pitch to Cano. Breaking ball missing away, 1-2. Cano striking out in the second inning, one of 4 strikeouts for Josh Beckett, who now has a lead for the first time in this game, pitching in the 4th inning. Swing and a foul, 2-2. I want to remind you to vote for the Mika Pitcher of the Week and enter to win a $100 gift card from Nesson to the Yawkey Way team store. It is Beckett pitching tonight for the Red Sox. Tomorrow it'll be John Lester. Final game of the series. A.J. Burnett matched up against Lester here tomorrow night. And then the Texas Rangers will be in for 3 beginning on Friday night. Miller, Bedard, and Lackey face the Texas Rangers over the weekend. Two pitch to Cano. Curveball in the dirt, swing and a miss, strikes out Cano. Second time he's got him by way of the K. Send it down to Heidi.
Don, I'm joined by Dr. David Frank. He's an oncologist at Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. And Dr. Frank not only works with patients, he does a lot of the research as well. What are you working on right now?
Well, we're trying to understand the abnormalities in the cancer cell and developing drugs to target those specifically and to leave the normal cells unharmed, so we'll have more efficacy and fewer side effects for our patients.
That's one of the really fascinating things about the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute and the Jimmy Fund is that you really tailor the treatment for the specific patient. So as you say, you can help eliminate some of the symptoms that the patient doesn't need to have. What do you think the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute does the best?
Well, our mission consists of 2 things. One is to give the best care for our patients now. I've been an oncologist for over 20 years. I'm honored to work with what I think are the best nurses, the best pharmacists, the best social workers to care for our patients. We're equally committed to developing better treatments for the next generation of patients so that we can vanquish this disease once and for all.
And one of the great things about the research that you're doing is you're always looking for ways to improve. So how can people who are donating money now, how can their dollars help make improvements?
Well, first of all, we're incredibly grateful for all of the generosity of the Red Sox fans, the Red Sox, and all of our donors. And that money goes directly to care for our current patients, to help them to get the best care in the world, and also to develop that next generation of better treatments for the people to come.
What do you think is going to be the biggest thing that you guys, what's the biggest thing that you're working on to improve patient care?
I think we really will have a new generation of treatments. The whole idea of losing your hair from chemotherapy or getting sick from chemotherapy will be a thing of the past, and hopefully that new era will come as soon as possible.
So many different cancers and so many different ways to treat them. All of your work is very important and very much appreciated. Thank you so much, Dr. Frank. And once again, if you want to make a donation to the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute or to the Jimmy Fund, the number is 877-738-1234. You can call in now. Don?
All right, Heidi, thank you very much. And we hope you will on this second night of the WEI Nesson Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon. And right now at 2.2. And hopefully going up as this night continues from Fenway Park. And so many great stories. A lot of the patients over the last couple of days, and our thanks to many of the doctors who have come out also Two down in the fourth inning for Eric Chavez. Chavez a DH after playing at third base last night for the Yankees. And is 0 for 1, flat out to center field in the second inning. Beckett falls behind 2-0. Alex not wearing that protective guard on his thumb that he had on last night. Not playing in last night's game, not in there again tonight. 2-0 pitch. It's outside, 3-0. Yankees scored first in this game. RBI single for Derek Jeter in the third. Red Sox come back with 2 in the third inning. Ground out by Pedroia, single by Lowry. There is ball 4, and the second walk given up by Beckett. Send it down to Heidi.
Don, Josh Beckett hosted his annual Beckett Bowl on Monday night. That raised about $300,000 for the Josh Beckett Foundation. Now that money goes to Children's Hospital Boston, and most of Beckett's teammates were there to bowl and show their support, as well as some other Boston athletes and even actor John O'Hurley. But the real stars of the night were the children who are being treated at the hospital. Beckett spoke about the event.
Well, I mean, it's our biggest thing. We have one thing back in Texas, but I mean, it doesn't compare. It's not even close to this, you know. And luckily, we play in such a market where people come out and spend this kind of money for a really good cause with the Children's Hospital.
Beckett has been supporting Children's Hospital Boston since before he was traded here, when a friend of his had a son who was treated there. Since then, Beckett has been very generous with the hospital, even opening the Josh Beckett Treatment Room at the hospital, which is a special room for treating the kids that makes them feel comfortable and like they're in a safe place for these grueling treatments that they endure. Don?
All right, Heidi, thank you very much. Josh doing a lot of community work here in Boston. His wife Holly had joined us last week getting ready for Beckett Bowl. And Jerry, every time I hear a player doing a bowling event, I always think of the guy that I think did it first, and that was the Nomar Bowl. And Nomar is here tonight as part of the ESPN crew that is broadcasting from Fenway Park. Go to first base, and Chavez back to the bag, but Nomar did for a lot of years here for the Red Sox, the Nomar Bowl, and that was highly successful as part of his charitable endeavors. Joined by Curt Schilling tonight from Fenway Park as well. The 0-1 will have to wait. Call time very late.
Happens quite a bit to Josh Beckett because he holds on to the ball a long time with a man at first base. And you're right, a very late call that time by O'Nora, the home plate umpire.
Eda Nunez now 0-2. It's time now for tonight's AT&T trivia question. And the question is, on this date in 2003, which Yankee was the winning pitcher at Fenway Park? Swing and a miss. He's up top to get him on the fastball. It ends the top of the fourth inning. Red Sox lead it 2-1.
Foxwoods has something for everyone. From hot pool parties to free concert series to dining and spa specials, Foxwoods is your summer hotspot. Visit foxwoods.com for details.
Last half of the fourth inning back at Fenway Park. Red Sox on top of the Yankees 2-1. Josh Reddick, Jason Varitek, Marco Scutaro to bat here in the fourth inning. Reddick flied out to center field in the second inning, 0 for 1. Breaking ball bunted, and Hughes with his throw to first that gets there in time. He will Spriley get off the mound quickly, and he guns down Reddick.
Now, ideally, when you're trying to bunt down that third base line, you try to get it on the grass or the white line. If it goes foul, you get another chance. Just too close to the pitcher, and Hughes able to make the play at first base. Nice idea by Reddick, but the wrong direction.
One down here in the fourth inning, and brings up Jason Varitek. Varitek struck out swinging in the second inning. Four strikeouts in the game for Hughes. Works here with one out, bases empty in the fourth. Varitek down 0-2. They'll check, and he didn't go, says Ed Rapuano. Line to center, but Curtis Granderson is out there, and he makes the catch. Bill of the cap high for out number 2. A good contact for Varitek, but right in the neighborhood of Granderson out there. 2 down. And it'll bring up Marco Scutaro. He singled and scored in the third inning out of the number 9 spot in the Red Sox order. In there for strike one, 1-1. Anderson, the center fielder, over towards right center for Scutaro to go the other way as Hughes tries to register his first 1-2-3 inning of his outing and jumps ahead here 1-2. Red Sox have had a base runner in every inning and left a total of 4 men on base through the first 3. Last night leaving 16 men on base in the game. To the backstop off the glove of Cervelli. Now tonight, following Red Sox coverage, joined Jack Edwards for Nesson Daily, presented by Sunlight Financial, and the latest from the Patriots training camp, including a preview of the Patriots preseason finale with the Giants. Also continue their countdown of the best moments of the Bruins championship season. All this and much more on Nesson Daily tonight, following our Red Sox coverage, only on Nesson.
I almost got to go on the show tonight, but I got scratched.
They canceled you?
Yeah, I think because of the telethon. But we'll have our segment on, I'm sure.
So you won't be completely scratched. Scutaro pops it up. Teixeira running, so is Cano. And it's Mark Teixeira over the shoulder with a basket catch. Nice play and foul ground. That ends the fourth inning through 4. Red Sox have a 2-1 lead. by donating $1,000 for every home run Adrian hits this season to select Habitat for Humanity affiliates in eastern Massachusetts. Well, it's September 15th, and brain tumor hopefully will be going gonzo. And we hope again tonight that you will donate to the Jimmy Fund Telethon night number 2 here from Fenway Park.
Always seems like, Don, on night number 2, the later you get into the evening, some of the big donations come in.
And hopefully they do. As we head here to the 5th inning, Red Sox on top in the game 2-1. Francisco Cervelli operating out of the number 9 spot for New York to lead it off. Rounded out to first base in the 3rd inning. Play that went 3-4-3 on the putout. Glanced off Adrian Gonzalez first, then Dustin Pedroia picked it up, and Gonzalez was able to cover the bag to retire Cervelli.
Cervelli right on top of home plate, and that time Beckett started him with a cut fastball away.
Runs inside, and this one fouled off.
Fouls it up with a 2-seam fastball in. With a cut fastball away to Cervelli, 2-seamer inside. And quickly ahead, no balls and 2 strikes.
In the dirt and the breaking ball, and it is 1-2. Beckett with 6 strikeouts. He has walked 2 batters and given up only 3 hits. 1 run he gave up in the 3rd inning. RBI single for Derek Jeter. High fly ball to left field. Carl Crawford is out there now, coming back in. Makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Time now for the answer to tonight's AT&T trivia question. On this date in 2003, which Yankee is the winning pitcher at Fenway Park? And the answer is Roger Clemens. Clemens won his 100th career game at Fenway Park for the Yankees on this day 8 years ago. Most by any pitcher. All but 5 of those wins came as a member of the Red Sox. Started for the Red Sox that day was Tim Wakefield, who was second all-time in wins here at Fenway with 97. Wakefield made his 300th career appearance at Fenway Park on Friday. Clemens made exactly 200 career appearances at Fenway Park. 1 down in the 5th for Brett Gardner. Gardner singled in the 1st inning, struck out swinging in the 3rd inning. And possesses one of only 3 hits given up by Beckett tonight. Beckett has been ahead of most, 15 of 19. First pitch strikes tonight. And a breaking ball missing inside.
And needless to say, in a very close ball game, very important to keep Gardner off base with his speed. Red Sox lined up pretty much straight away.
Strike 2.
Change up that time from Beckett. Beckett's thrown about 5 so far in the game so far.
Strike 3 call. 7th strikeout for Beckett. 2 down in the 5th inning.
The Amica Pit Zone is brought to you by Amica Insurance. Amica Insurance is not just how you covered, it's how you're treated. We'll look at the first 3 strikeouts for Josh Beckett. A breaking ball on Granderson, a fastball to Teixeira, and a fastball to Robinson Cano.
Two down in the fifth, and Derek Jeter coming up. Jeter with a sacrifice bunt in the first, and then an RBI single in the third inning. He would steal a base. On the ground and under the dive of Lowry into left. Derek Jeter has his second hit of the game, and aboard here with two down in the fifth inning.
Beckett shook off a couple different signs and elected to go with the changeup. Jeter stays back nicely on it and gets it by the dive of Jed Lowry at third base. So Jeter already has a steal in this ball game. That came back in the third inning. Let's see if he goes with two outs here in the fifth.
So two down, Jeter at first base for Curtis Granderson. Granderson struck out in the first inning, walked in the third inning. Tried to hold up and did, according to Ed Rapuano, third base umpire, and it's 2-0.
Take a look from the side, see what you think.
Good call.
I thought he did hold up. We agree.
In there for strike one, 2-1. 7 strikeouts for Beckett in the game. He's walked 2. Gives up a 2-out base hit to Derek Jeter. How much would you pay for the ultimate refreshment? How about just 79 cents? It's all it costs when you visit the Chill Zone at Cumberland Farms. Fill up on all your favorite fountain and frozen beverages for just 79 cents, any size, any time. The Chill Zone, only at Cumberland Farms. 2 outs here in the fifth. Jeter at first base. Pitch 80 coming up here for Josh Beckett in the fifth.
Looked like Veritek wanted to throw to first base, and Beckett shook him off that, and then shook off a couple of more signs. It started over again. Fastball away.
Runner goes. High fly ball playable in right field for Josh Reddick. Comes in and puts it away. Halfway through this one, Red Sox on top 2-1. Telethon, and there have been so many great moments over the years looking back. Jordan Leandri back here in 2007, just kind of impromptu running around the bases here at Fenway Park, and the entire team outside the dugout. And Jordan is getting ready for 6th grade this year, so we wish him well. But there are always so many great moments here throughout these years, and so many great stories, and so many kids now who are cancer-free, and it's all because of the Jimmy Fund. And joining us up here, John Henry, Tom Warner, as we get ready to wrap up night 2. Gentlemen, it has been a successful venture once again, but still would like the fans to continue to donate tonight.
Well, it's a great compliment to Red Sox fans all around the country, and we were talking before we went on the air that they've donated almost $30 million to this cause, and we're so proud of the relationship that the Jimmy Fund has with the Red Sox. It's 54 years old. I think it's the greatest association in sports, and we just came up here to thank everybody who's donated.
John, it's amazing. You look at the other teams across Major League Sports where this one is lifted in the air to right field, but Swisher is back there, and he'll make the catch for the first out. But it seems like there are teams across the majors who are trying to replicate what has already been here for so many years, the relationship between the Red Sox and the Jimmy Fund.
It's been an incredible relationship, and the fact that the kind of week that we've had with a hurricane coming through, and yet people are still involved here and have given something like 2.3 million thus far. This has to be the warmest feeling evening of the year at Fenway Park. You can feel it as you walk around the park. Everybody is here thinking about the Jimmy Fund and just feeling good about what we've accomplished here over the last 10 years.
Also, the fact that it's not only here in New England as Pedroia flies out to right field, but it's Red Sox Nation all over the country that's contributing. It seems like every state has put in some money for this tremendous cause that we've been going through for the last number of years.
Linda Henry, who was answering phones yesterday, was saying that she was talking to people who are giving $20 and $40, and it doesn't matter how much you give. And I think we all know someone who's been touched by cancer. The Red Sox players have been touched, and Larry's been touched, and so we appreciate every single dollar, and we know it's been a tough year for a lot of our fans, and so we really thank everybody.
It's amazing, the stories from the kids as well. It always amazes me how brave those children are to be going through as much as they are this young in life. But they have done a terrific job here, and we thank all the volunteers as well who have helped out, and we'll be here again tonight through midnight at Fenway Park for night 2 of the telethon. Well, you guys are usually pretty nervous, Red Sox Yankees, but you seem pretty calm right now.
Well, you really get a perspective when you're seeing what's going on here with this event, and for 2 days it gives you a perspective.
Adrian Gonzalez with a base hit, his first hit of this series, comes with 2 outs here in the 5th.
Well, Gonzalez has had a tough series to this point. Jumps on a fastball right here and picks up the line drive base hit, drops it in front of Nick Swisher out in right field. So the Red Sox have a man out with 2 outs. I noticed one thing about John and Tom. They only come up when the Red Sox are hitting.
We used to come up in the top of the inning, and then I think there were some innings where we said we'd rather not be here.
That's
so
right. You did
we
the right
do have
thing.
a pledge that we only come up when the Red Sox are heading to the bottom of the inning.
Exactly.
That's pretty good. I didn't notice that.
Oh, yeah. All the time. All the time.
You'll notice.
Well, you were on to him then. I didn't realize that.
I knew they'd be up in the bottom of the 5th.
Well, 2 down here. Gonzalez at first base. And David Ortiz takes strike 1. Well, your thoughts on how things are going right now, John? It seems like heading into this season, there were so many expectations for the Red Sox. They appear to be living up to them at this stage of the year.
Yeah, it's we have everything except our health. We're really banged up, and if we can get healthy, make it in the playoffs and be healthy, we should be a force in the playoffs. We have a very good feeling about this team.
0-1 the count to David Ortiz. As David takes ball 1-1.
Had some nice compliments earlier. We had Mo Vaughn and John Valentin up in the booth, and of course it's been a long time since they played here at Fenway Park, and they look at this place in amazement of what's going on here over the last 10 years. It's better than it used to be, and they were so complimentary of the ballpark itself.
Well, on a nice August night, when Boston's ahead of New York in the standings, there's no place I'd rather be.
Phil Hughes here working with 2 outs in the inning. Hughes up to 73 pitches. Short lead at first base for Gonzalez. Ball 3-3-1.
Hughes being very careful with Ortiz. We mentioned the numbers earlier. Ortiz big numbers against Phil Hughes, and being very careful there on the 2-1 count, going to the off-speed pitch. And now Ortiz in the driver's seat on the 3-1 count. Tries to go backdoor with the breaking ball that time and missed outside.
Ortiz fouls it back, full count.
And that swing had intentions of making this a 4-1 ball game. Ortiz on the 3-1 count gets the fastball and fouls it back. We'll have another chance, 3-2.
Again, you can donate tonight at 877-738-1234. 877-738-1234. $2.2 million at the moment tonight, and hoping that number grows throughout the evening. Usually we get some big numbers towards the end of the night. For those of you who have not had a chance, we hope that you do. And Red Sox putting on a pretty good show here tonight in Game 2 of the series.
You know, so it's a rivalry, the Red Sox and the Yankees, but it was nice this afternoon to see Joe Girardi of the Yankees and Terry Francona on at the same time trying to raise some money. So that was.
I know that George Steinbrenner was always very charitable.
High drive, deep center for Ortiz. Does it have enough? Yes, it does. 2-run home run for Big Papi, and the Red Sox take a 4-1 lead.
Well, I think our work is done here.
That's right. Now we can go.
John and Tom, thank you. Big Papi, thank you.
Thanks to all of our fans and the great doctors and the patients who are struggling, and way to go, Big Papi.
Red Sox take a 4-1 lead. David Ortiz to straightaway center. Big Papi, his 28th home run of the year. After Gonzalez with 2 outs gets on base, and Big Papi to straightaway center. Now Jed Lowry will pop it up right side as Cano heads out. And the Yankees second baseman puts it away, but the damage done. David Ortiz with a 2-run home run puts the Red Sox on top 4-1. Bank awarded highest customer satisfaction in retail banking in the New England region 2 years in a row by J.D. Power and Associates. Find out more of what we're made of at easternbank.com. Sixth inning back at Fenway Park, 4-1 now. Red Sox on top. And it is Mark Teixeira leads it off here in the sixth inning. Teixeira, Cano, and Swisher to bat in the sixth. Teixeira struck out in the first inning, grounded out to second base in the third, 0 for 2. Hess and Hess Express, some proud sponsors of the Red Sox and the Red Sox on Nesson during the 2011 Red Sox season. Hess and Hess Express will donate $500 to the Pediatric Trauma Program at Children's Hospital Boston. For every Red Sox home run, Hess and Hess Express committed to helping the cause. Inside, and Teixeira gets hit. Looks like the back leg.
Curveball that time from Josh Beckett will get Teixeira. Looks like on that left foot. Breaks down and maybe off the toe.
So lead runner on. Robinson Cano coming up. He struck out twice. Swinging in the second, swinging in the fourth. Seven strikeouts in all for Beckett. But he has hit Teixeira to begin things here in the sixth inning. And he comes in close to Cano, gets away from Veritek. And Teixeira will take second base.
Now the ball that hit Teixeira was a curveball down and in. This time a cut fastball down and in. That gets by Veritek, and Teixeira moves into scoring position at second base.
Wild pitch charged to Beckett that has Teixeira at second base, and Cano the count of 1-1. Swing and a miss. Ball and 2 strikes. Cano hitting 20 home runs for the third straight season. Joins Joe Gordon as the only Yankees in franchise history with 3 consecutive seasons at least 20 home runs as a second baseman. Lined into left center field, a base hit. Teixeira will score. Back to get it is Ellsbury. To second base goes Cano, and he will be safe with an RBI double. The Yankees get their second run of the night.
Well, Cano changes things. He struck out in his first 2 at-bats, once on a fastball, once on a curveball. This time he gets a fastball up and away and shoots it into that gap in left center field. Ellsbury gets it back in, but Cano's safe at second base, so he exchanges places with Teixeira.
Well, now tied for 5th in the American League in doubles with Michael Young. 37 on the year now for Cano. So Cano at second. The run in here for New York, their second run of the night. And Nick Swisher coming up. Swisher 0 for 2. He's grounded out to second base and flied out to the warning track in left field. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1.
Wow, that ball really dipped from Josh Beckett. That was a changeup, and look how much that dipped in the strike zone.
In the dirt, Veritek able to knock it down. And it is 2-1. The hit batsman to begin the inning. Mark Teixeira takes second on a wild pitch and scores on the double by Cano. So immediately following tonight's game, stay with us for WB Mason Extra Innings Live with TC, Eck, Peter, and Heidi. And a breakdown of Josh Beckett's outing, including his take on tonight's performance. Plus, he'll have the manager's perspective in the From the Press Room segment. It's all coming up right after the game on WB Mason Extra Innings Live. Nobody out here in the sixth inning. Down the left field line, Crawford on the run, but it'll get into the seats. It's time now for a look at the road ahead, brought to you by Safeco Insurance. Tomorrow in the final game of the series, Red Sox will take on A.J. Burnett of the Yankees. Burnett comes in with a record of 9-11, but over his last 7 starts, he's really struggled. 1-4 over that stretch with an ERA over 9. During the 7 games, opponents are hitting .350 against him. NESN's live coverage begins at 6 with Red Sox first pitch. It's been a real struggle for A.J. Burnett. Two coming to Swisher. He's off and takes ball 3. Eric Chavez waiting on deck. Yankees batting here in the top half of the 6th inning. Breaking ball misses high, and it is walk number 3 given up by Beckett. He is down to first base. Swisher does. First and second, nobody out.
That's a pretty good job by Swisher laying off that breaking ball, because that looked like a pretty good pitch from Beckett.
So 2 on and nobody out, and it brings up Eric Chavez.
Certainly one that looked like it was tantalizing to swing at.
Chavez has flied out to center and walked in the game. Third plate appearance for Chavez against Beckett. Lined into right field, a base hit. From second base comes Cano. He will score, gets rattled around down there by Reddick as it gets by him. And scoring from first to be Swisher. Chavez at third base, and just like that, we got a tie game. So it gets by Reddick down the right field line, and both Cano and Swisher get in.
Well, Chavez has had a nice series. Tonight is the DH, a line shot that's going to get by Josh Reddick down here in the corner. Up against the boards, bounces off the cement, and gets by Reddick. And that's going to mean 3 bases for Chavez. So that quickly the Red Sox get the lead, and they give it right back. Now a 4-4 ball game, still nobody out, and a man at third base.
Well, a double and an error in right field for Reddick. 1 RBI in the play. And there is action in the Red Sox pen. Alfredo Aceves now warming in the pen. Infield in all the way around. So Hughes, who had given up the 2-run home run to David Ortiz in the bottom of the 5th inning, is now in the midst of a tie game. Eduardo Nunez with Chavez 90 feet away. Takes the curveball for strike 1. Swing and a miss. Jumps ahead 0-2. Francisco Cervelli waiting on deck as Chavez, the go-ahead run 90 feet away. Red Sox infield in all the way around. 0-2 is in the air to right center. Ellsbury over to play it. Will make the catch. Tagging is Chavez. The throw is cut off, and the Yankees take a 5-4 lead.
Just hit deep enough by Nunez to have no play at home plate for Jacoby Ellsbury. Ellsbury trying to get him in position to make the best possible throw he can, but it's not going to be in time, and the Yankees take the lead 5-4. Nunez liking his RBI.
So 5-4 New York on top, and here is Francisco Cervelli. Grounded out in the 3rd inning, flied out to left in the 5th. Beckett had only given up 3 runs this year to the Yankees all season. It has surrendered 5 total now in the game. 4 coming in this inning. The 0-1 is outside. 1-1. That buckled him for strike 2. Even 100 now for Beckett on the night. Season high 125 as he works here with 1 out in the 6th inning. Fenway Park has gone silent here in this inning. Red Sox had put together 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th to take a 4-1 lead, but the Yankees have come up with a 4 spot so far here in the 6th. 1-2 is a fly ball to center field. Ellsbury back onto the track to make the catch for out number 2. I want to remind you to follow the Red Sox with the MLB.com @Bat11 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, or BlackBerry. With live audio, pitch-by-pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text @Bat at 318-26 or visit redsox.com for details. 2 down in the 6th inning, and Brett Gardner, the batter. Singled in the 1st inning, struck out in the 3rd and in the 5th. To right field this time, and Josh Reddick comes in, puts it away, but the Yankees score 4 times in the top of the 6th inning and take a 5-4 lead. Showrooms to gather all the information you need. Find your showroom at frankwebb.com. A tough inning for Josh Beckett. All the runs are earned, and the Yankees have a 5-4 lead. So get ready for the bottom of the 6th inning at Fenway Park. Carl Crawford leading it off here for the Red Sox, and Crawford will be followed by Reddick and Veritek in the 6th inning. And it's great to have with us Dr. Harold Burstein. He's an oncologist here tonight on night 2 of the Jimmy Fund Telethon. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, guys. It's really great to be here this evening.
Well, we've talked a lot about some of the things that are going on right now at the Jimmy Fund and the Dana-Farber. What are some of the things you guys are currently working on right now?
Well, the big shift in breast cancer medicine, which is my area of specialty, and a lot of other tumors, is thinking about tailoring the treatment to exactly that patient with exactly that kind of cancer. So there's some really exciting work going on in molecular diagnostics and targeted therapies to bring the exact right treatment to the patient.
And all the donations made here tonight and throughout the Jimmy Fund Telethon going towards some of these things. How much difference have you seen in the last, say, 5 years in what is going on in your field?
You know, it's a remarkable set of accomplishments. Just in the past 2 weeks, there have been 2 new drugs approved by the FDA for cancer, one for lung cancer and one for melanoma. And the pace of progress has accelerated. We have much better options than we ever had for so many types of cancer.
That really has been the common thread we've heard from all the doctors that have spoke about just exactly what you're saying right now. You're able to get very specific right now with the cancers you're dealing with.
Absolutely. You used to go to the big cancer meetings and there would be presentations about treating everybody the same way and inching out little tiny advances. And now we've gotten to the point where we expect remarkable breakthroughs and really tremendous accomplishments every year.
And just foul to the right of the pole for Carl Crawford. We're visiting with Dr. Harold Burstein, and you look at all the patients that are coming through. We've heard so many great stories. How hard is it for you not to really become, I don't know, attached to some of the patients and coming through the system and going through what they're going through?
Well, that's the joy of being an oncologist, really. It's a very intense relationship that you form with your patients, and to see them, to see their great successes, to be with them at times of challenge is really the gratifying part of the job, and it's a privilege to be able to work at such a wonderful place and to take care of so many fantastic people.
Seems like a very close unit over there.
Everybody works together very well. It's a small enough place that you know everybody. You walk through the halls and you know your friends and the patients and the staff, and it's really a very special atmosphere.
Well, we hope tonight that fans will donate. The numbers on the screen again, 877-738. One, two, three, four is the end of that number. We see who's coming up. 3-2 pitch coming here to Carl Crawford, who leads it off in the 6th inning. It is a pop-up to shallow left, and Brett Gardner will put it away. What would you say to people out there who may be thinking about donating tonight?
Well, you're giving so much. You're giving both to original research that's at the cutting edge. Boston's such a fantastic medical city that it's a thrill to be a part of that. You're also giving to a lot of other things, the kinds of specialized social counseling services and other resources unique to cancer patients. And one of the things that a place like Dana-Farber does is trains the next generation of researchers and clinicians. So if you think of baseball of having a farm system, we have that as well. And one of the missions of our institute is to train the next generation of people who are going to be excellent clinicians and researchers, making a big difference in the way of the care for cancer patients. So that's another piece of it that's sometimes a little bit less visible, but every bit as important to the long-term health of our research efforts.
I think it's so important to point out that the people who go through cancer, it's the initial shock of having cancer. It's going to the treatment of having cancer, and then what you go through after it, and all these things are taken care of so wonderfully at the Dana-Farber.
It's a real process, isn't it? And the privilege of the place is that there's specialized people to care for you at every stage along those way. There's also multidisciplinary care. So most cancer patients will meet a surgeon and a medical oncologist and a radiation oncologist. They might meet a geneticist. They might meet a counselor or social worker. And all these people spend their whole careers devoted exclusively to cancer care. It's a very exciting environment.
It's amazing how the families are affected as well around the cancer patient.
One of the things we've learned is that, especially in the care of the kids, but in the care of the adults as well, it's so important that the whole family have a chance to come in, to understand what's going on. Many of our cancer patients will be providers for older relatives and also have young children, and so they have special needs that you have to think through in your care plan. And it really is a family place, though, and you get to know everybody.
Well, we understand you have brought your family here tonight, some great Red Sox fans.
They are big Red Sox fans. They're thrilled to be here. It was the first day of school, and to top that off with a ball game at Fenway is about as good as it gets. There they are. So it's a wonderful evening for everybody.
Well, we thank you so much for coming up here and for all that you do, and we very much appreciate it. Nice to meet you.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here, and we're so grateful for the support the Red Sox and we've always given the Jimmy Fund. It's really a great relationship and has been for a long time.
And again, we hope fans will donate tonight. 877-738-1234. Josh Reddick battling here with a full count, 3-2, 1 out in the inning. And he grounds one foul as the at bat continues. Crawford had an 8-pitch at bat, and Josh Reddick has had an 8-pitch at bat, broke the bat, so he gets a new one. Beckett had 102 pitches. This is ball 4. Gets back to the backstop, and Reddick has got a 1-out walk. It's only the second walk given up by Hughes. First was intentional. Arbor Coat exterior stain by Benjamin Moore. Revolutionary waterborne stain that outperforms the best oil-based stains on the market. Find Arbor Coat at your local Benjamin Moore retailer. 1 out, runner at first, and Jason Varitek coming up. He is 0 for 2. He struck out in the second inning. Lined out to center field in the fourth. Takes the strike, trying to hold up, but it was a called strike.
Veritek gets the fastball. They wanted it down and in. It's down and in, and on the inside corner and knee high.
Pitching line brought to you by Lexus. Phil Hughes, 5 1/3, 7 hits, 4 runs, all earned. He's walked 2, struck out 4, and now has a lead. Works here with 1 out in the 6th inning. Action about to start for New York. Boone Logan trying to find a baseball.
Just take anyone.
He had one in mind. Runner goes. The pitch is a ground ball and a fair ball. Up over the bag, skips down the left field line into the corner. So Reddick, who is running, is going to come all the way around and tie the score. How about that? Right down the line. It hugged it all the way down. And Jason Veritek drives in the game-tying run.
Now, this may have been a hit-and-run play put on by Terry Francona. He will do that with Jason Veritek. There's Reddick off at first base, slapped right down that third base line. It does not hit the wall. That's definitely a hit-and-run play for Veritek to swing at a pitch like that. It gets by the wall right there and all the way down in the corner, overrun by Gardner. And that's going to give the Red Sox the tying run. Right now, Girardi's questioning whether that ball bounced into the stands. I don't believe it did. Let's take one more look. Veritek right over the bag, no question there. Now here's the bounce. Up, off the wall, and back in play. Good call by the umpires. And none of the fans touching the baseball. They let it stay in play.
5-5 game now. Veritek extends his hitting streak. He's at second base with 1 out. And Marco Scudero the batter. Scudero takes ball 1.
I'll tell you what, that was a hit and run, and that was a very difficult pitch to make contact on for Jason Veritek. A breaking ball that was away. The off-balance swing makes contact, and the Red Sox pick up a run.
Strike over the outside corner, 1-1.
One more look at this pitch to Veritek. That ball's down and away, almost on the ground. Look at the swing. He stepped, he stopped, and swung. And points in fair direction as he heads down to first base.
Down low, ball 2, 2-1. Beckett, who had given up 4 runs in the top half of the inning, is now seeing the game tied 5-5. Red Sox trying to pull ahead. Scudero to center field. Playable for Granderson, who makes the catch in center. No advance for Jason Veritek. 2 down. Boston Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Joe Girardi has made the move with 2 outs in the 6th inning. The pitching change. Game tied 5-5. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by New England Ford dealers. Second straight night for Boone Logan, left-hander coming into the game. Into his 51st game of the year, 4-2, the 2.60 earned run average, 34 2/3 innings, 39 strikeouts. Opponents hitting at .230 against Boone Logan. He's not allowed an earned run in his last 11 appearances since July 25th. Gave up a hit and struck out a couple in last night's game. As Jacoby Ellsbury bats and takes ball one. Now, last night's game came in a bases loaded situation and had two big strikeouts. Able to get Jared Saltalamacchia and then able to strike out Darnell McDonald. Big sequence in the game, and here he is tonight coming in with Veritek at second and two down.
Good job by Ellsbury there, laying off that slider. That's the bread and butter pitch for Boone Logan.
Ellsbury fouls it off, 2-1. Jacoby struck out in the first inning, doubled in the third, and then flied out to right in the fifth. Ball 3-1.
Jacoby now can nail a strike zone down from the middle of the plate in and look fastball. If he doesn't get it, you just take.
Swings and drives one to deep left center field. Back towards the wall and over it into the monster seats. Two-run home run for Jacoby Ellsbury. Red Sox take a 7-5 lead.
Don, I talked earlier how important it was in that at bat to lay off that breaking ball and run the count 2-0. The count remained in his favor in that at bat. And on a 3-1 pitch, he's looking dead red. He's looking fastball, middle of the plate in. He gets it middle of the plate, and he takes it into the monster seats.
'24th home run of the year for Jacoby Ellsbury.
Location of the pitch out over the plate. Goes with it, goes to the opposite field, high enough and deep enough to find that first row.
Now back up the middle, Jeter ranging. His throw off balance is not going to be in time. Head first diving slide from Pedroia.
That should go as a base hit. That was a ball toward the end of the bat that Jeter had the range to his left and quickly get rid of because of Pedroia's speed. Back up the middle, Jeter going to his left, the off-balance throw, pulls Teixeira off the bag, and I think actually Pedroia beat this anyway. He did.
It is a base hit, and Dustin with his second hit of the night. He's at first with two down. This will get away. Pedroia heads for second base. A much different outing tonight for Boone Logan coming into the game as he is now charged with a wild pitch. Larry Rothschild, the pitching coach. Hess and Hess Express are proud sponsors of the Red Sox and the Red Sox on Nesson. During the 2011 Red Sox season, Hess and Hess Express will donate $500 to the Pediatric Trauma Program at Children's Hospital Boston for every Red Sox home run. Hess and Hess Express, committed to helping the cause. So Pedroia at second base, 2 down in the inning. Red Sox have taken a 7-5 lead on the 24th home run of the year by Jacoby Ellsbury. One of 2 home runs on the night for the Red Sox. David Ortiz had a 2-run shot in the 5th.
Boone Logan has allowed 4 home runs on the season. All 4 have been against left-handed hitters.
2-0. Right-hander up in the pen, Luis Ayala. Logan has not recorded an out since coming in here in the 6th inning. Chopped to first. To Sherrill need help. Logan will cover for the out that ends the inning. Jacoby Ellsbury with a 2-run home run gives the Red Sox a 7-5 lead.
Against Ellsbury in that particular at bat. Starts him off with a fastball away. To me, this is the key pitch. A breaking ball and he stays off, will call ball 2. Fouls off a fastball. Now everything in his favor. He can look fastball. He does, and he lifts it up over the monster seats in the first row. To me, the key in that at bat was that second slider that he threw that he laid off. A lot of guys swing at that. He didn't do it. Then the count was in his favor the rest of the at bat.
7th inning, and it is Derek Jeter who leads it off. It's been a 2-hit night for Derek Jeter. And a sacrifice bunt in the first inning. Since then, a single to center, single to left, permitted a run, and has a stolen base. On the ground down the first baseline, Gonzalez will flip to Beckett, who gets over for the first out of the 7th inning. And the pen is busy as this inning begins. Left-hander Franklin Morales and Daniel Bard. Coming up after the game, it's Granite City Electric's Red Sox final with TC Eck, Peter, and Heidi at the final word from Fenway, and a preview of tomorrow's pitching matchup and the series finale between John Lester and A.J. Burnett, plus highlights from around the majors. It's all coming up right after the game, only on NESN.
Don, can I read a promo before the game's over, just to say I read one?
Sure.
Thank you.
One out in the 7th inning for Curtis Granderson.
An easy one, though.
Anderson struck out in the 1st. He walked in the 3rd. Flied out to right field in the 5th. Pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. Josh Beckett 6 1/3, 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 are earned, 1 is not. He's walked 3, struck out 7, and 106 pitches deep into his outing. Beckett threw 110 pitches in each of his last 2 outings. 110 in 7 innings at Kansas City. 110 in 6 innings last time out at Texas. 2-1 grounded foul. The 108 is the most that Beckett has thrown against the Yankees in any single effort this season. .105 had been the most that he had thrown in any outing. 2-2 pitch to Granderson. They're coming in. And instead, it's right over the plate for strike 3. Granderson striking out for the 2nd time tonight. 2 outs in the 7th.
Now, Granderson there had to be thinking of something other than the fastball in this situation, because that one was right down the middle of the plate. And the bat never left Granderson's shoulder.
Two down in the 7th inning. Mark Teixeira, the batter. Teixeira struck out in the 1st, grounded out in the 3rd, hit by a pitch, and scored in the 6th inning. Yankees had a big 6. They scored 4 runs. Beckett in the 6th inning. Popped up. Coming from all over. And it'll be Pedroia, second baseman on the base of the hill. And he puts it away for out number 3. And it's 7th inning stretch as Beckett has a 1-2-3 top of the 7th inning. We'll keep it right here at Fenway Park as the Red Sox have a 7-5 lead over the Yankees and send it down to field level for God Bless America.
Thank you for your continued support of the Red Sox Foundation. Now please rise and stretch and prepare to sing along with our Fenway Park organist as he plays Take Me Out to the Ball Game, presented by Coca-Cola. But before that, we welcome back a gifted vocalist from Barnstable here to sing God Bless America. Please welcome Siobhan Magnus.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home.
Baseball is brought to you by Foxwoods Resort Casino, official resort casino of the Boston Red Sox.
Bottom of the 7th inning back at Fenway Park. 7-5, Red Sox on top. As David Ortiz leads it off and takes strike one from Boone Logan. Back to at least begin this inning. Ortiz has struck out, reached on intentional walk, and then hit a 2-run home run in the 5th as that pitch rides inside. 1-1. Phil Hughes tonight went 5 2/3 innings. He got 8 hits and ends up being charged with 6 runs, 6 of the 7. As Ortiz takes strike 2. It'll be Ortiz, Lowry, and Crawford to bat here in the 7th inning. Swing and a miss. Boone Logan strikes out Ortiz to begin the 7th as we send it down to Heidi.
Don, it's time for MLB News and Notes brought to you by HP. Kevin Youkilis homered in his rehab start with Pawtucket in Rochester. Youkilis went 1 for 4 tonight, 2 for 8 over the 2 games. He will come back to Boston tomorrow and be activated off the disabled list on Friday. J.D. Drew missed the game with a sprained finger. Theo Epstein said it's just a minor setback for Drew. Cossacks lost the game 4-2. Don?
All right, Heidi, thank you very much. Well, disappointing news for J.D. Drew, so close to coming back. He was going to play here tomorrow night.
Hopefully it won't be a long-term thing as Boone Logan makes his way to the Yankee dugout.
Pitching change for the Yankees. Red Sox on top, 7-5. For Red Sox Game Day Live, presented by Uno's with TC Eck, Peter, and Heidi at 6:30. They previewed John Lester's start in tomorrow's series finale with the Yankees. Peter sits down for a conversation with General Manager Theo Epstein. Plus, the Boston Globe's Bob Ryan will have the latest news from the Red Sox clubhouse. Our live coverage begins tomorrow at 6, only on NESN. Luis Ayala into the game here, dealing with Jed Lowry as he misses away, and it's 1-1. Ayala's 40th appearance, 1-2 with a 1.64 earned run average. 31 strikeouts in 44 innings, and when it's sitting at 276. He's given up just 6 earned runs in his last 42 innings pitched. with a 1.29 earned run average during that time. Signed by the Yankees as a minor league free agent in February of the offseason. Fly ball down the left field line, falling foul. Dunkin' Donuts is in its 13th year of hosting local youth groups and charitable organizations in the Dunkin' Dugout. Special seating section at Fenway Park. Thousands of children have had the chance to catch a Red Sox home game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts. Danny Bard getting ready for the 8th inning. As Josh Beckett in 111 pitches gave the Red Sox 7 innings of work tonight. In tight for ball 3. Ball 4, and down to first goes Lowry. So Ayala walks the first batter that he faces coming into the game. Every year, NESN is proud to donate thousands of resource hours helping to make the WEI NESN Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon a success. And every year, I'm also happy to reach into our pockets and make a gift to the Jimmy Fund to help reach the goal. This year, through the generosity of fellow co-workers, some of whom you've seen on our Yawkey Way stage in the broadcast booth and volunteering on the phones, NESN staff and crew are making a donation of $9,000. Which the network will match $18,000 for the total NESN contribution. As the double play ball grounded into to end the inning. It is 7-5 Red Sox. By Eastern Bank believes something as simple as your checking account shouldn't come with a lot of strings attached. Eastern Free Checking. See just how good a checking account can feel. 7-5 Red Sox on top of the Yankees as we head to the top half of the 8th inning. And the new pitcher is Daniel Bard. His 59th appearance of the year, 2-5 with a 2.07 earned run average. 61 innings, has 62 Ks. And opponent's hitting at 166 against Bard. He will deal with Robinson Cano, who has 2 strikeouts and a double to drive in a run in the game tonight. In there for strike 1 at 98. Last time we saw Bard was on Saturday in game 2 of the day-night doubleheader against Oakland through a scoreless 8th inning. Chop foul, 0-2. So Beckett works the first 7 innings tonight. Gives up 6 hits and 5 runs, 4 earned. Ended up striking out 8 and walking 3. He has a chance for his 12th win of the year if the bullpen can finish it off. Nick Swisher waiting on deck as the Yankees bat here in the 8th. One hopper that is picked by Scudero. Gets up and throws out Cano. Picked out of the dirt on the other side by Gonzalez, but a nifty play it short from Scudero.
Oh, terrific play by Marco Scudero. That was an absolute bullet hit by Cano. Scudero to the backhand, to going to his right. Then the one hop throw to first base, and a nice pick at first base by Gonzalez. Excellent Red Sox defense here to start off the 8th inning.
One down in the 8th for Nick Swisher. Swisher is grounded out, flied out to the warning track, and walked and scored. Red Sox defense has been good all year. Right now, 3rd in the American League in fielding percentage. The Yankees are 6th. Tampa Bay Rays on top of that category. Then the Chicago White Sox, 2nd in defense in the AL. Ground ball foul off the foot or leg of Swisher. What better way to start your day than with a little Sox talk on the radio home for Boston Red Sox baseball. Join Dennis and Callahan weekday mornings at 6 across the WEEI Sports Radio Network, and of course right here on NESN. And look at the tote board getting closer to 3 million. 2.9, 06806 right now.
I tell you, those big money guys come out late.
They're coming up big.
Looked like that ball got Swisher right off the shin.
One down in the 8th, and Swisher with a count now of 1-1. Two and 1. Strikeouts for Bard. 2nd behind Papelbon, who has 70 on the Red Sox, and a 62 K is good for 7th in the American League. 2-1 almost hits him, and it's 3-1.
Swisher still feeling the pain from the foul ball, and this pitch comes very close to getting a piece of Nick Swisher.
Lined and picked on the backhand by Dustin Pedroia, who throws him out. Couple of pretty special plays in the inning Scudero at short, and now Pedroia at second. Both good picks.
Now, Pedroia has that incredible eye-hand coordination. And we saw him make a play like that last night. First, Marco Scudero in this inning. Going to his right on a ball that's hit hard. This ball hit hard by Swish is sinking. And Pedroia there to pick it, and plenty of time to throw him out. So the defense really helping out Daniel Bard in this inning.
Some hard hit balls in this inning, but 2 outs. Nothing to show for it for New York, as Eric Chavez takes strike 1. Flied out to center in the second. Walked in the 4th inning. Doubled and scored in the 6th. The 0-1 pitch. Slider down and in, and it's 0-2.
One more look at the Dustin Pedroia play at second base. He was moving to his left, had to readjust to go back to his right. Makes the clean pick and the out at first base.
Chavez strikes out. Bard has a 1-2-3-8. Little help from his friends. 7-5. Red Sox on top. This 2-run shot, but the Red Sox on top 4-1. The Yankees come back in the 6th inning. They scored 4 times, including this double by Eric Chavez. Able to plate a run, and 2 came in, 1 on the error. Right field by Josh Reddick. But then the Red Sox come back with a big inning in the 6th inning. 3 runs, including the 2-run shot to center field for Jacoby Ellsbury. Now it is on to the bottom of the 8th. Luis Ayala back on the mound again. Josh Reddick, Jason Varitek, Marco Scudero scheduled to bat. As Reddick takes a pitch outside, 2-0. Closer getting ready. Reddick tonight has flied out to center field, grounded back to the mound and walked. Came around to score after he walked in the 6th inning. Down the left field line, it is a fair ball. Jumped up into the stands, and to second base goes Reddick. So landed fair, went into the crowd foul. And it is a double to begin this inning for Reddick.
Little slice by Reddick down that left field line, bounces in fair territory and up into the stands for the ground rule double. And the fans down there helping the umpire make the fair call. Now let's see if the Red Sox go to the bunt here with Varitek and try to get the man at third base with 1 out. See if they go for that extra run.
Swings away. Captain drives one out to deep. Right back is Granderson. It is gone. Into the bullpen. The captain goes deep. A 2-run shot. And the Red Sox take a 9-5 lead.
Well, so much for playing for 1 run late in the game. 2 quick ones from Jason Varitek. Number 10 on the season for Varitek. And the production from the catches continues on the Red Sox.
"11 seasons of 10 or more home runs for Jason Varitek, as the Red Sox add to their lead and take a 9-5 lead. 3rd home run of the night. Scudero to shallow right. Swisher coming in to make the running catch for the first out of the 8th. Well, share the game with your fellow Sox fans by following Nesson on Twitter. Let's see what some of you had to say about the game tonight. Well, Mo Vaughn joining us tonight. It was great to have Mo with us earlier in the game. Our close look now with the Giants, the former BC Eagle. And of course, the Giants in town to play the Patriots tomorrow. Be sure to include the hashtag Red Sox for your tweets to be considered as a pitch in there for a strike. Ellsbury with a double and a home run in the game. He is 2 for 4. Strike and it's 0-2. So Ayala, who walked the first batter he faced coming in the 7th inning, got the double play to get out of that inning, but double by Reddick to begin the 8th. The home run by Varitek. It's Scudero to line out. And 2 runs charged to Ayala so far. Here's a 1-2. And it's outside. 2-2.
Varitek in the last 2 at-bats have done some nice things. That hit and run play that drove in a run down the left field line. And then, of course, the 2-run home run to give the Red Sox the cushion here going into the 9th. Going back to the 6th inning, the hit and run play, breaking ball down, tough pitch to handle. Varitek slices it right over the third base bag. Brings in a run with that, and then fouls with the 2-run home run here in the 8th inning.
Swing and a miss. Ellsbury strikes out. 2 down in the 8th.
Looked like a changeup that time from Ayala to pick up the strikeout against Jacoby Ellsbury. Well, don't forget, coming up immediately after the game, stay with us for WB Mason Extra Innings Live. It's all the post-game coverage you'll need right here on NESN. Just wanted to make sure I could still do one, Don.
How'd it feel?
Yeah, it felt good. It brought back a lot of good memories.
This is a one hopper that explodes on Cano. He gathers and throws to first to get Pedroia to end the inning. But a 2-run shot for Jason Varitek gives the Red Sox a 9-5 lead. Sullivan Tire, Kia, Grey Goose, and by Bermuda Tourism. Still 9-5, Red Sox on top of the Yankees now. A non-save situation, but Jonathan Papelbon coming into this game to finish it off. His 55th appearance, 4-0 with a 2.85 earned run average. In-save opportunities, 29 out of 30. And opponents hitting at 205 against him. He's got 70 Ks to 8 walks. Quick peek here at the Ace Ticket out-of-town scoreboard. 5-4 Tigers over Kansas City. 7-6 Minnesota downs the White Sox. And in the bottom of the 10th, Oakland and Cleveland tied up 3-3. It is the top of the 9th inning. Eduardo Nunez leading it off for New York. Strike one over the outside corner. We saw Beckett for his 7 innings. Going to get 5 runs, 4 earned. Daniel Bard had a 1-2-3-8. 2 groundouts, but 2 very nice plays in the infield. And then he got Eric Chavez to strike out to end the 8th. So a 1-2-3 8th inning for Bard. Nunez down 0-2. We've not seen Papelbon since Saturday, game 2 of the day-night doubleheader against the Oakland A's. 2 strikeouts in a perfect 9th inning. He's not had a save since the 18th of August at Kansas City. So it has been a while for Pap, and again, this is not a save situation tonight. Swing and a miss. Nice start to the 9th. Strikes out Nunez. One down.
I'll tell you, the majority of the strikeouts that Papelbon is getting against right-handed hitters are fastballs away. And he has picked up a ton of them. Well, that's not actually true. I did see Jonathan in the clubhouse yesterday and today, so it hasn't been all that long since we've seen him.
So you've seen him around, but not on the mound.
Exactly.
One out in the ninth. Francisco Cervelli has been quiet tonight after making some noise last night. He's grounded out and flat out twice in the game. He will bloop one to right field over his Reddick, and there's 2 down. Two down on 4 pitches for Papelbon. I want to remind you to get one of the best sports sections in the country delivered to your home every day. Sign up now for convenient Boston Globe home delivery at bostonglobe.com/sports. 2 outs in the 9th inning as Brett Gardner bats for the 5th time tonight. He's singled, struck out twice, and flied out to right. Strike one. A reminder to stay with us for Granite City Electric's Red Sox final. Complete post-game coverage coming up after the game from Yawkey Way. Strike 2.
Slider that time from Papelbon. All fastballs until that last pitch. He drops the slider on Gardner.
Papelbon has thrown 6 pitches since coming in. They've all been strikes. Struck him out, and the Red Sox win. Well, an impressive night for the Red Sox. They come back offensively and pitch well as well tonight, with Josh Beckett picking up the win, and the Red Sox with 3 home runs in the game as they take game 2.
Well, the offense took over tonight, Don. Some big home runs. The one by Jacoby Ellsbury, obviously. The one by Jason Varitek late in the ball game, and of course David Ortiz with the other home run. Big offensive night. 9 runs scored, 12 hits for the Red Sox, and they increased their lead to 1.5 games against the Yankees with 1 game left to play in this series.
So the Red Sox win at 9-5 over the Yankees. For Jerry Remy and Heidi Watney, I'm Don Orsillo saying goodnight from Fenway. Join us again tomorrow for the series finale. John Lester, A.J. Burnett. It's pitching matchup. Our live coverage of Yawkey Way begins at 6. This has been a presentation of Ness and New England's most watched sports network. Let's send it now to Yawkey Way. Here's Tom Caron.